Have y'all seen this? Oops. How did that get there? I'm sorry, let's start over. Have you seen this? Okay, that's more like it. Welcome to She Knows DNA. My name is Miavonna and I am a board certified genetic counselor. Since I accidentally put that picture of the thunder on there, again, my apologies. I don't know how that happened. Let's answer the question. What do all basketball players have in common? They're freakishly tall, okay? Like real tall. So with that being said, let's think of a condition that relates to that, shall we? Let's get into it. The condition we are talking about today is called Marfan syndrome. There is a gene called FBN1 that is located on chromosome 15. When there is a spelling change or a mutation on just one copy of that gene, then it causes this protein not to be able to create healthy connective tissue. And connective tissue is very important because that's what supports and holds up and binds different structures of our anatomy. Now, features or symptoms of Marfan syndrome can vary even in family members. It really just depends on where the abnormal connective tissue is. But with this condition, you can usually always expect there to be abnormalities of the skeleton or bones. Then there's also the eyes, heart, blood vessels, the lungs, and the skin. Now, there are a lot of features that go into Marfan syndrome. Those features do include being very tall, but even though they're tall, they are slender, more slender built, an abnormal head shape, a long face. When it comes to their eyes, they could have something that we look for called a detached retina. Whenever you look in their mouth, they may have a high arched palate. The palate is essentially the roof of your mouth, and for them, it's too high. They can have crowded teeth. There can be plenty of heart and vascular abnormalities, especially revolving around the aorta or the aortic root. When it comes to the lungs, they're more at risk of having emphysema. Whenever you look at their chest, it's either pushed in or it's poking out, which we all know that that is abnormal. Whenever you are looking at the bones and the skeletal shape, they could have scoliosis, like I stated, long fingers, long toes. There's a reduced elbow extension, and then there is something called the wrist and thumb sign that's looked here in this picture. In order to diagnose Marfan syndrome, of course, genetic testing is available, but this one has another thing that we look at, and that is essentially giving that person a score in order to clinically diagnose them with Marfan syndrome. So essentially what that systematic score is that maybe following the physical exam, eye exams, maybe getting some EKGs and all those things based off of the symptoms that a person have, those all equate to different points. And so whenever you put all of their features together, if those points add up to a certain number or higher, then they can clinically be diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. Like many other of the conditions that I talk about on this platform, no, there's not a cure for Marfan syndrome, but of course, basically symptoms can be treated, whether that means you have to go to a specialist regularly, or maybe there may be surgery in your future. So that's essentially what happens for those persons. I will tell you too that lifespan is usually around 70 if there is treatment, if you've been followed by a physician or some type of specialist throughout your life. But if it's left untreated, then life expectancy is around like 40. And the main reason why these persons pass away usually has something to do with their heart. Majority of the time, it is their heart that causes them to pass away. Forgot to record this part. It's all right. Another thing with Marfan syndrome is you may be limited in sports or certain physical activities. It is estimated that 1 in 5,000 people are affected with Marfan syndrome. And this number goes across the board no matter what your gender or race or ethnicity is. Oop, another one. So if you do have Marfan syndrome, then just know that each of your children have a 50% chance of also having it too. And as I close, I do have a fun fact for you. So whenever you think about Abraham Lincoln, they always say how tall he was, right? And so based off of literature throughout all of these years, it was suspected that Abraham Lincoln was affected with Marfan syndrome. Now, I will tell you there are a couple of other genetic conditions that have similar features as Marfan, but it's at the top of the differential for him. And now to leave you with words of wisdom. Since we're in the mood of talking about basketball, I just want y'all to know that I too played basketball, during my glory days, especially in middle school, right? I'll tell you a story. Whenever I was in the 8th grade, I made all of the points in the first quarter for my team. It was a total of 4 points because I hit a 3 and then I made one of my free throws, right? And with that 3, it was to where the opponent's coach pointed at me and said, y'all, she's the shooter, double team her. And I was like, yeah. Now, where I messed up was I got confident. And so the next time I got the ball, I tried to shoot a 3 again and it didn't go. And then he told them to back off of me. And I didn't think that was right. So I'm going to let that sit in your spirit for a moment. And then another thing. Yes, I have a very athletic family. Actually, we are very talented in multiple areas, including my mama. So my mama, she played pro basketball overseas. Like, she baller, okay? And so people would see myself and my mom be like, oh my gosh, Tyria Taylor got a daughter. Taylor's her maiden name. Tyria Taylor's got a daughter. I know you good at basketball. Tell me what position. Tell me your stats. And I would be like, no, but I'm smart. And then they would just look at me like, oh, yeah, well, that's important. So for those persons, I was a letdown. And of course, I could have told them about my glory days in the 8th grade, but, I didn't feel like that was the time. And so the way they had to say, oh, wow, that's great, because I told them basically I was a nerd and I was happy about it, they had to be like, okay. So I'm going to let all of those things that I just stated sit in your spirit. And just know that if people are going to hate on my basketball career, that's how you know those are not good people. Stay away from it. Stay away. Because everything I said is completely true. Ask my granny. Ask granny. She'll tell you. All right. Well, y'all, that's the end of my video today. Thank you so much for watching today. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and also continue to give me your suggestions as far as what topics or syndromes you would like me to cover. And I know this is dropping on Tuesday, which is June 24th. So all my people in OKC, I hope y'all had fun at the parade earlier today. I'm upset that I didn't get to go physically, but you best believe I watched it. You best believe it, okay? Well, I love y'all. May God bless you and keep you, and I'll see y'all next week.